How about that?
Well, there wasn't a lot to see. Pretty much, it was a lot of run game, a lot of Nick Chubb. There wasn't any passing, and that was pretty much it. I gotta add Marshawn back, but there pretty much wasn't. Nick Chubb saved the day. The running game was the offense that we had. Because remember, you dealing with an offense that hasn't put up um, 17 points. They've only put up 17 points once in the past, or 17 points or more once in the past 5 games.
What's up with that?
Baker Mayfield is playing hurt.
Yeah, yeah. That and is Jarvis back yet?
Oh yeah, Jarvis is back, and they tried to forcefully incorporate him into the offense like they did um, when Odell first got in. When
Right.
Odell first came to Cleveland, remember how they tried to force a lot to him, and so pretty much Jarvis had expressed his is dishappiness a word? He
Displeasure.
expressed yes, thank you. I
Displeasure.
was about to say
Displeasure.
he expressed his displeasure with not being really targeting the offense. He didn't, his dad didn't post a video, but he kind of, had, said it's very frustrating. So Kevin Stefanski then, attempted to feed the ball to him. Some gadget plays had him directly under center with a snap to him, and he ran it in for a touchdown. But they forced him the ball. So Jarvis did okay. I don't know if Jarvis is still playing hurt or not, but he played okay. So he was a bright spot of the running game because it was about a 20-yard touchdown, a running touchdown.
Hmm.
Receiving, there is it's a play you might want to catch where Baker Mayfield overthrew him by, whoo, I want to say 7 yards, and that ended up being an interception.
Ah, look who's back.
Yeah, yeah, that ended up being an interception. So, Marshawn, we were just talking about how Jarvis played yesterday. What are your thoughts about how Jarvis played for Willie? Because Willie
Uh,
didn't catch the game. I thought it was a national game. I guess it was just regional, so
you
it
really
wasn't
thought you
available.
really thought they was gonna put the Browns and Detroit Lions on national TV?
It was a lot on the line for the Browns.
No, they
Right.
listen. They weren't giving us. It's national to people that live. If you live anywhere between Detroit and Ashtabula, Detroit, Michigan, and Ashtabula, Ohio, it was national to you. But no, it wasn't that. Ain't no national game. I don't even think it probably ain't even people in Columbus probably ain't even see this game. But Jarvis played. He played okay. I mean, was he? I mean, he scored a rushing touchdown, which I thought that was pretty. I thought that was pretty nice. But as far as like, you know, being dependable in the pass game, I mean, he had 4 catches for like 26 yards. So, I mean, he played okay. I mean, only person that really knocked the doors off in this game, like I heard y'all say, was Chubb, and that's the only really person I say that like gets the stake of the credit for why we won the game offensively. I don't think Jarvis, did anything that was a game changer. He scored a touchdown, obviously, but outside of that, it was non-existent. Whoa! They suspended LeBron.
Oh
What?
wow!
What?
They suspended LeBron 1 game and Stewart 2 games. That's crazy.
Oh wow! Did they say how much the fine was?
Probably not.
It'll be a game check for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it'll probably be about a couple like 300,000 for LeBron and 100 some thousand for Stewart. But no, man, I actually agree with what you said, Rachel, earlier when I mean I was backstage and I heard, I mean it was a we won, but it was I don't even want to call it an ugly win. Ugly wins are this wasn't an ugly win. This was something beyond ugly. This was like I don't know, man. This was
Oogly.
horrible.
It was oogly.
It was ugly. It was ugly. It was terrible. I mean, from start to beginning, Detroit played like they had nothing to lose, and they was trying to kill the Browns, and the Browns wasn't trying to respond with that physicalness. So yeah, it was an ugly game.
I mean, they came out, looking pretty good. Did they score on that first series or not?
No, they threw the
No,
pick on the. They both threw picks on the first series.
oh
That's when
yeah,
I
that
knew
was
the
the
game was ugly.
That's when Baker overthrew Jarvis by about 7 yards, right?
Yep.
In that pick.
Yep. Wasn't even close.
Yeah, there just wasn't much offensively to hang your hat on. There wasn't much in which you can be like, okay, this team is going to get better. It was pretty much one of the worst football games you could possibly watch because considering that Detroit is one of the worst defensive teams in all of football, watching the Browns struggle to move the ball against them unless it was, a running play and at times, it didn't open up really until the third quarter. I don't really think that much, but watching them struggle against the worst defense in all of football is mind-boggling. It's hard to put into words. It's hard to figure this team out. We know that their identity is running, but if the Browns are serious about, making a run, they're going to have to put up more than 17 points. They're going to have to do that.
So this touchdown that Jarvis scored on, I just took a look at it. It was supposed to be a pass play, right?
Yeah, but it broke down.
Yeah. So okay, so your only touchdown of the game, your only touchdown on the game in the game comes via a gadget play that actually didn't work, and you have to. And you have to do that against a team that's 0-8-1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
And, I mean, they just executed on that gadget play, but like you said, it broke down and they couldn't even execute that. Jarvis saw something in which, he called the audible at the line of scrimmage. I don't even think he did that. I think the play just broke down after the snap. So
yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked like nobody was open or it was well covered or whatever, or a combination of the two. But man, look, okay, give it to Jarvis for tucking the ball and putting his head down and running to the end zone. That's what you're supposed to do when it breaks down like that.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, I'm not mad at Jarvis for putting it in the end zone. I'm more so disappointed in the pass game. I mean, I look at the small details of what it takes to become a AFC championship team, a Super Bowl championship team, a dynasty. And I mean, granted, I get that we're a run first team. I get that we have a good run game, but at some point you have to have a comparable pass game. And seeing them run tight end screens and Baker's missing the tight end within 6 yards, and you overthrowing them on the shoulder, and you missing Jarvis wide. You missed Jarvis wide left or wide right. You missed Njoku plenty of times. I mean, I personally don't understand. If Baker is injured, why is he still playing? I don't care that he's tough. Toughness don't win you games. Toughness can only hinder a team better than help a team. I mean, toughness ain't gonna get you a 20-yard pass down the field to Donovan Peoples-Jones or who was the guy that played Jamarcus Bradley or anything of that nature. So I'm just trying to figure out what is going through the mind of Kevin Stefanski, Alex Van Pelt, Baker, Case Keenum. Now I'm wondering what's going through the mind of all of those guys, because there's no way that you can have good dialogue, good communication between each other and believe that a guy who's limping, like this guy was limping just after every play in the second half, and think that that's a winning recipe to beating the Patriots, to beating the Bills, to beating the Colts who's on a 3-4 game winning streak, to beating the Steelers, the Bengals, Baltimore. I don't see how. Yeah, I don't see how that's a winning recipe of just dinking and dunking and then feeding it to Nick Chubb or Dearness Johnson or Kareem Hunt, who's due back this week, and expect to go far with that.
Well, I mean, look, a win is a win, dude.
But this one don't feel like it, man.
Man, I tell you what. Would you rather be in my shoes that saw a Cincinnati Bengals team put up 19 points in the fourth quarter after being up by only 6 going into the final stanza, and your team ends up losing 32 to 9 or 32 to 13? Or would you rather be a team that won 13 to 10 and got a win, is back firmly in the middle of the playoff chase? And oh, by the way, you still have it all out in front of you because you got Baltimore twice, you got Pittsburgh again, you got Cincinnati again. Everything's out in front of you. Which position would you rather be in?
Option C, the team that can throw the ball at least 20 times, can run the ball 20 times, and look like an even balanced offense.
But I didn't give that as no option. and this is not Army, Navy, or Air Force's playbook. We ain't running no options.
Well, that's what the Browns is running. We out there running triple option.
Willie, what was the question again?
What was the what?
What was the question again? What was the options again?
He's saying it doesn't.
I'm gonna go with the Browns. with the Browns.
No, the question was, he said it doesn't feel like a win. I said, well, wait a minute. Would you rather be in a position that I'm in, where my team was only down by 3 points going into the fourth quarter, and then you give up 19 to Joe Burrow, and then you end up losing in a worse fashion than it actually looked like? Or would you rather you had oh, by the way, that's the Raiders' third straight loss. And oh, by the way, it's on a short week against the Cowboys on Thursday. You already know, man, I'm gonna hear it from everybody, because I wrote a letter to the Raiders on Twitter at Shakeback Media Group, and it said, "Dear #Raider Nation, thank you for getting our hopes up, only to crush us under the weight of mediocrity. Maybe we love you dearly, but maybe it's time for us to see other people. Sincerely."
Well, DJ Chris Dials did the same thing to the Cleveland Browns, and they still haven't gotten back to him, but this might have been like 2 years ago. So
he need to do that to the University of Michigan.
So good luck to you, and possibly getting a response, Willie, to that letter. I'm not sure if you will, but good luck to you.
Man, you don't even mean it.
I do. It'll be interesting if they reply. They get off by not having to address the fans. Only certain, the organization, how often does the organization actually address the fans? Not too often. So they get off on us taking our frustrations out on players, where actually it could be an organizational failure and structure. This organization with Baker playing hurt, this organization needs to sit him, but they're not going to do it. They say, let him keep going out there, even though he clearly is not playing well at all. He's not playing Baker. He's not playing accurate. He can't throw the ball downfield past 20 yards, and they're still letting him go out there, where they need to make an organizational decision to sit him and let him rest. Yesterday would have been a perfect game to allow him to rest, allow him 2 weeks to let some of the lingering issues he has heal and sit down and, just take a little break. But what they do, they trotted him out there again so he could be hit. He got up, he up there limping, this, that, and the other, having to play tough, where they could be smart and strategic about this. And they're not being. So that's an organizational failure. And you want to address the organization, but you can't.
Well, we all know how that is.
The organization don't care nothing about what media, fans. If you're not donating to the Browns backers or the Browns 50-50 raffle, they don't give 2 cares about what's going on with your opinion. They don't care if you're doing that either. Yeah, they still don't.
Yeah, they just taking your money. They appreciate it, but you got billionaires who don't have to listen. They don't care to listen. So, it is what it is. That's the way that it goes. But they're going to have to do something about Baker. And, normally we get to the team that we're facing on Sunday, but y'all can, look at me like I'm crazy, but I don't anticipate us being able to beat Baltimore. I don't.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the reason why there's a very good chance that the Browns can beat Baltimore.
Physicality.
Well, not just because of that, especially if Kareem Hunt is due back next week. The Ravens' defense is pathetic. Their defense is pathetic. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. They can't even stop the walk or the jog, for that matter. Their defense is pathetic. And if Lamar Jackson has lingering effects from this illness, this un-COVID related illness, dude, it's look, I don't care what y'all say about Baker Mayfield and his non-100%ness. The Browns still have Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. They got a diamond in the rough with Dearness. What's the last name? Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dearness Johnson. So you got 3 starting caliber running backs in one room against a team that has problems. As a matter of fact, against the whole division that has problems with stopping the run. Cincinnati, the Ravens, the Steelers, and we don't know how long TJ Watt's going to be out. We don't know how long Minka Fitzpatrick's going to be out. Y'all got it all out in front of y'all, man. As a matter of fact, I'm jumping off the Raider. Hear ye, hear ye.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Come on, Willie.
Don't do it.
I am jumping off the Raider bandwagon for the rest, not the bandwagon. I am jumping off the Raider drug for the rest of the year, and I am hitching my wagon to Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Jarvis Landry, and the rest of those guys in Northeast Ohio in Cuyahoga County.
That way you could be just as upset.
And that's what you just did. What you just did is worse than, what do they call it? What's the drug? That's worse than heroin, man. Being a Browns fan is worse than being on heroin. I swear. I've never took a drug a day in my life. But be careful what you ask for, Willie.
You're a brave man, Willie.
Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah, well, it's out there.
You got the juice.
You got the juice now, man.
I mean, to piggyback off of what Willie said, I'll say this: if the Browns are physical with the Baltimore Ravens and do not let them, say what you say, what all you want to say about the defense wasn't a part. The defense actually, to me, yesterday played amazing until they kept being. I mean, we kept in the second half 3 and out, and they kept being out there long. What happened? DeAndre Swift bust for a big run. Outside of that. What's the guy name that we play? I don't even remember the guy name that the quarterback we play. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what his name. What did the Rock say? It doesn't matter what his name is. I don't care what his name is.
Okay, Rock.
I don't care what his name is. That man was basically doing any and everything to give the Browns the game away yesterday. It would be times he would step back, take 2 steps, and just throw it right into a receiver with the defender right there in his face. So I'm not too much worried. I think the pass game is starting to get better. Denzel stepped up yesterday. Miles and them got pressure, even though they didn't. I don't understand why they didn't get a sack yesterday. That was kind of crazy. The linebackers actually played well yesterday. So, I've seen some bright spots on the defense to make me know if Joe Woods and all the rest of the defensive personnel can get get the linemen and the corners and the linebackers to play physical and get them to buy in and say, hey, we got 1 game before the bye week. If you can give it all you can, you're going to have 10 plus days to do whatever you want to do. If you want to go to, what did Baker say today? If you want to go to Maldives, you can go to the Maldives. You want to go to Bora Bora, you can go to Bora Bora. But I just need 4 solid quarters of physical football, and I think they could do it. 8:15 on prime time. You know how Baker felt extremely disrespected yesterday. And he has the right to be ticked off. You played bad. He thought fans booed him even though they was booing the offense. So, if this is what it takes to get Baker riled up, then
sorry about that.
No, it's if this is what it takes to get Baker riled up and hopefully to get a good game and get some good handoffs to Chubb and Hunt, then I'm all for it because I don't expect him to throw 40-yard bombs on Sunday if Donovan Peoples-Jones doesn't play. So I think if we physical and we outrun them and shut down Mark Andrews, their top receiver, who knows? We could be talking about a victory Sunday, victory going into a victory Monday.
But Baker shouldn't need that external motivation and all that other stuff in order to play well, though. You know what I'm saying? I hate those people. I need this type of motivation. That should come from internally. First
Well,
of all, you're a professional, and even though he ain't got his big contract,
yeah.
he getting paid a lot of money to go out there and play a little kid's game. So that motivation should come from within you, and you actually getting paid to work 3 hours a day, if that. A couple hours, but that's all fun and games.
Yeah.
But that motivation shouldn't have to come from people talking bad about you and all that other stuff. It should be from within.
I mean, but you got to understand, Rachel, everybody finds motivation different. I mean, look at my guy, Josh Gordon. Back in the day, he found motivation by hitting a bong and a couple shots of whiskey. Look at JR. Look at J.R. Smith and Ron Artest, Metta World Peace, however you want to call him. They found motivation to step on the court by chugging down a half a bottle of Henny before a game. So, I mean, everybody finds motivation in different ways. And I mean, if that's what it takes to get Baker riled up, I mean, if I don't get blocked, I'll troll him and his wife every Saturday night before a game just to get us the dub and they get Baker to throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. If that's what it takes, then I'm all in. I'll do it.
So didn't Mrs. Mayfield come out today and say something about the Browns not being physical enough against the Lions?
She's delusional, man. She's delusional.
And she
I'm
says
sorry.
something every week. There's been no accountability for her, in which Odell was asked to not come to practice because his dad put out a video. She directly put something out every week bashing the team, and nothing ever happened. So that privilege is a heck of a drug.
Well, when you're the face of the franchise, I mean, you get a little bit of a pass, I guess. I honestly would be happy if Emily Mayfield did less talking and more behind the scenes. Kind of be a Savannah James. So how much time we hear the slander about LeBron all day? Savannah don't say a word. How much slander do you hear about Tom Brady? Giselle said a word one time. Never said another word again.
It's been more than once with
yeah, she had talked a few times.
I only seen it one time. So I feel like if Emily did a little bit less talking, I mean, Baker, I think the fans would lay off Baker, but it doesn't help that Emily talks, Baker talks. Baker needs to find motivation. It's kind of like, I mean, that right there gives fans a reason to want to agitate you and troll you and say all of these, I mean, what could be something hurtful and things of that nature.
Well,
she need to keep her mouth shut.
Yeah,
she won't though. Who's gonna tell Emily Mayfield to be quiet on the Browns? Nobody. Wife, for some reason, wives is always off limits when it comes to sports wives is always off limits. Nobody would tell them to stay in their place.
She backtracked real quick because she was like, I wasn't trying to say that the team wasn't tough. Everybody's tough. So she backtracked real quick because I guess she got checked appropriately. So then she'll backtrack on the stuff she say. Stand by what you say. If you're going to say that people on the team soft, stand by that.
Absolutely. Stand by your word, man. She a woman. I was about to say man, but she a woman. The best thing you can do as a grown adult is stand by your word. If that's how you feel, stand on it. Don't back. I think the weakest thing you could do is backtrack. Stand on it. If that's how you really, she didn't repost that for no reason. When somebody reposts something, 9 times out of 10, they usually agree with what's being said. Mm-hmm. So stand on it. Stand by it. I would rather Emily Mayfield would have defended how she felt and put out her thought process than being, I'm not gonna call her a coward because I think calling her a coward is disrespectful, but being cowardly. I wouldn't call her a coward because I mean she has definitely stand on her word sometime, but I think taking it down is being cowardly. Granted, the Browns may have told her to take it down, Baker made her to take it down, but at least explain your reasoning. Don't try to be soft about it. Like, oh, I didn't mean that. Yes, you did mean it. Yeah. You certainly 100% meant that when you reposted it, because you wouldn't have reposted it knowing the type of clout that you have within the Browns organization and the city of Cleveland and fans around the world. And to not be able to not believe it.
And she do this every Sunday. Usually it's after a loss, but we won. but Baker was feeling some type of way and went and didn't speak to the media. How do y'all feel about that? If y'all was there, covering him and he didn't speak and he dipped, how would y'all feel about that? What are your thoughts about
I
him?
think that's disrespectful.
Don't
You know, what I
they
mean,
don't they get fined if they don't do that? Because that's
yep,
Yeah, he'll get fined.
yep, he'll get fined. They're gonna take some of that. Uncle Sam coming for some of that paperwork. I mean, some of that paper this week. He's
Yeah,
definitely gonna get fined. But
yeah,
I think it was a soft move. You know, I mean, you played bad. You played bad. You played horrible yesterday. You were hurt. You know, probably got mad because fans was booing, but they weren't booing him. They was booing the offense. You know, so stand in front of it and explain what you mean. You know, granted, I know he probably, if he would have answered yesterday, he probably wouldn't have been in the right frame of mind. Probably would have said something that went the wrong way. But face those consequences after, man. Like, don't. This is one thing I always say, man. Ain't none of this personal. This is business. Trying to win a Super Bowl is all business. Being a Browns fan to me is business. I don't consider being a Browns fan personal no more. I want to see a Super Bowl, so I'm all about business. I don't care about who. If Ward played bad, I'm gonna say he played bad because it's all business.
there you
yeah.
have it.
Yeah, but Baker got to have some self control as well. That you know that your obligation is to get up and talk to the media. It's an NFL obligated thing. I mean, you're a grown man, so nobody can stop you. But I'm sure when he was like he not talking to media, I'm sure somebody asked him, "Are you sure?" You know what I'm saying? And he obviously could take that hit in his pocket because our paychecks are very different. But don't be a coward. That's the definition of being a coward. Get out there and talk. Answer those tough questions. You won. You didn't lose. You actually won the game. So what is there for you to not talk about? I don't know.
Don't they have to go through Peter in order to be able to not talk to the media? Like, isn't that Peter's? Like, if Baker say I don't want to talk no more, isn't that like Peter's discretion? Say, all right, well, he's not talking.
Yeah,
Or
that's what Peter did, or one of the underlings. I don't mean it like that, or one of the staff members let them know. But yeah, Peter had no comment on it.
Hey y'all, you know what it
6:30.
Yes,
is.
sir.
You know what it is. We got social
It's break
media.
time.
Oh, it's break
Oh
time?
yeah,
Oh well. Okay, we can come
yeah.
back
Can
from break
you
and
read it
give
when we
you.
come back?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll be right back. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We will be right back. All right, welcome back to Her and the Huddle, WOVU 95.9 FM. Remember, you can always give us a call at 216-271-0959. You can listen to us online at WOVU.org. You can download the WOVU app and listen to us on the go. And then also, you can watch us on StreamYard on Facebook.com and All Sports All Plays Network. And I'm here with my guest co-host, Mr. Willie Epteen Jr. and Mr. Marshawn Powers. And Willie's going to read from the comments from StreamYard. You can watch us on StreamYard as well. Willie's going to read some of the comments that we have. Go ahead, Willie.
All right. So we got some comments out there in the world of social media. Coach Dante says, "What's up?" or "What up?"
What up, Coach Dante?
He gives us the 4 fire emojis. I hope that doesn't mean that we're going to the other place. Anthony Price says Baker is causing, or I want to say causing, or he says causing, but I want to say costing. So I'll think that is that Baker is costing the Browns season. He's injured. Just sit him until he's 100%. Well, he's not going to ever be 100% for the rest of the year. Whether he plays or not, there's going to be something that's going to happen. Freddie Henderson. I think you guys might know him, huh?
Yeah. Hey, Freddie.
Yeah. He said, "What's up, guys?" And then Michael, I'm sorry, I don't know I can't pronounce your last name, Michael. I'm just gonna say Michael C. He says, "Love the show." And then Coach Dante again says, "What up, chat?" So there you go. Thank you all for checking us out on Facebook Live, man, through the ASAP Sports Network right here on Facebook.
I got one thing to comment on. What was the guy name that said Anthony that said sit Baker till he's 100%?
Yeah,
Baker won't be 100% until probably training camp next year. So what do you want to do? Sit Baker for the rest of the year? I personally don't think that's a good idea. I mean, granted, Case Keenum one thing he do got on his resume, he has been to an NFC championship, but this the AFC. A different dog in the fight right here. AFC is a little bit different than the NFC. A lot more domes and a lot less physicality. The AFC is a different belly of the beast. So I personally don't think sitting Baker until he's 100% would be a good idea. Because if that's the case, we're gonna be at 6-11, sitting in Cancun with Raider Nation, sipping on margaritas, talking about what could have been this season.
I know that's right, man.
Well, let me ask y'all this though: if they lose on Sunday, do you sit Baker? Because that torn labrum ain't healing, so that's something that's always going to be there.
No, you got to ride it out. You lose on Sunday, Baker got a week to get right to you. Because we go to Baltimore Sunday, right?
Yep. Sunday night football, man.
I might go out to the Inner Harbor on Sunday, sprinkle some of that.
Man, you always try, but I'm trying to be like you, Marshawn. You get in that car and you go, man. How many miles your car got on
it? 73,000.
Oh, that must be brand new, man.
Yeah, I got it 2.5 years ago.
So you get in the car and you be on the go.
So how far is Baltimore from Cleveland?
About 5 hours, 5.5.
That's it.
Yeah, not that far.
What you mean that's it? That's long enough.
Man. It ain't long. You just get in the car, put on some good tunes or a good sports podcast, and just let it go.
Her and the Huddle.
Yeah, there you go.
Google Podcasts.
5 in a row.
But man.
So if it's only 5 hours away, and the reason why I say only is because, I could drive 5 hours west and not even be halfway, not even be a quarter of the way through.
You would be in Midland. It's about 5 hours. That's Midland area, right?
Yeah,
5 hours. Yeah, you'd be Midland area. Yeah.
But if I'm leaving, if I'm going west and I hit the Texas and I'm traveling from the Louisiana Texas line, 5 hours west of that is probably Abilene. That ain't even halfway through Texas. So that's why I'm like, yo, if you can make it happen, shoot, go.
Yeah, and there's nothing far here. I mean, from Cleveland to Cincinnati is about 4 hours, so it's really nothing is really a far drive. From here to Chicago is about 6. So I'm a road warrior, man. I love driving. I think that I get around, but yeah, I might have to go sprinkle some of that good juju around M&T Bank Stadium.
Right. You should try to see if you can get you some tickets and go to the game.
I looked at them ticket prices already.
What about media
Ridiculous.
passes?
The Browns are.
I would have to go through the
That's
Ravens. I don't know how. I don't know
yeah.
how. I'm gonna look into that because I do know you got to give them at least a 24-hour notice.
The Browns, you got to give 10 days in advance. So yeah, you would need to try the Ravens.
The Browns acting like the Browns acting like.
Hey, I need it. Can I get a quick 2-minute rant right quick about the Browns? Who the heck do the Browns think they are? Like, what have you won to dictate who can cover you and who can't cover you?
We cannot bad talk the Browns in that manner.
I'm just saying, like, what have the Browns? What in the past 20 years, the Browns should be thankful that people want to cover them. You know, that's the thing I don't understand. Like, what have you won in the past 20 years? Man. I'm gonna just let it go. I love my Browns, but they give me a headache sometimes, you know?
Yeah, you got to let that go. And, you know, one day there will be a time where there won't be any issues. But, yeah, you should try to see if the Ravens will allow you to do it. That'd be a good thing. And if not, you know, some cheap tickets. I think that would be a great game to be at, go to. And, you know, you never know. The Browns might shock the world.
I hope they do.
Yeah. Because, yeah, I try to be confident about certain things. But yeah, the way Baltimore plays us, they play us really well, and we struggle to be able to score. So, and Lamar, what is he sick with this time? Are we sure he don't have the Rona for a third time?
Well, they said it wasn't COVID related, so.
Yeah, if anybody need to be vaccinated, it's him or all people. Who are you hanging with that you always got somebody cooties and you always sick?
Good question.
This is the third time you ain't had to miss games because you got sick. Chill out, sit down, and you have to realize that you are important to your team.
I think he knows that.
So wash your hands or something.
Hey, I mean, you could get lit. It was a radio station. I'm not gonna say the name. No names need to be mentioned, but I think you know the AM radio station, Rachel. I'm with like 2 people from them got COVID. So I mean, you just don't. I mean, right now you just don't know. Right now is always that rough time where everybody gets sick, stuff like that. You know, so I don't know.
You know what though? On the cool though, we're in the beginning stages of another surge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's showing up in the NFL. So because Nick Chubb was, who was with him? Was it Demetric Felton? Well, it passed through the running back room. So
Demetric Felton, John, the practice squad running back. I can't think of his name right now, but
Kelly.
It was them 3. Yeah, John Kelly the third.
Yeah. So
it was those 3 that had COVID.
And the Browns are over 90% vaccination with their organization. So, we're glad that they are better. But let's move on to college football, man. Willie, did you get a chance to see Ohio State rout Michigan State?
Yeah, I watched that game specifically for this show.
I know a game he didn't watch, and I didn't watch it either.
That was a national game this time.
That was a national game. Yes.
Yeah. That was a Fox Noon game right there. No, it was ABC game.
Yeah, it was.
It was on ABC.
Yeah,
it was on ABC.
But I tell you, I did watch a game though, and that involved the Stanford Cardinal, because my little nephew by the blood of Jesus Christ, Jonathan McGill, safety for the Stanford Cardinal, returned and made his debut after having foot surgery in August. So he was out all this time, came back, had a pick, had a bunch of tackles. I'm telling y'all right now, look out for this dude in the next couple years. He's going to be on the draft boards of the NFL teams.
They got another guy on Stanford. It's a defensive end. He's from Baltimore. I forget his name off the top of my head, but he's like number 5 or something like that. But he's a little undersized, but he's going to be. I hope he get a chance at the next level too, man. Stanford got some beats, but. Hey, I watched every bit of 12 minutes of that game, the first quarter.
I thought he was going to watch every bit of the game.
No, I watched every bit of 12 minutes. Once they went up 21-0 at the end of the first? I was like, yeah, I don't need to see no more of this. Everything I said, listen, if Michigan State do not throw the ball, you will not be in this game. You can't run the ball against a team. Same thing I've been saying about the Browns. You're not going to be able to run the ball against a team that can throw the ball willingly, effortlessly, so effortlessly around the field. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like, shooting threes versus shooting free throws. And if you want to believe, you're not going to be able to score so easily by running versus passing. So, I mean, man, it's so hard to watch Ohio State and realize what other team in NCAA is better than them. I mean, Ohio State right now, arguably anywhere between the best and second best team in all of college football right now. So,
well, they're certainly playing the best. And when I watched the game on Saturday, I just wanted to see if they were going to get to 100. Really, they really could have gotten to 100, man. If they, I mean, because look, Master T he's third string, man, and he was running up and down the field on these dudes, man, like they were butter, and he was a hot knife. But look, Stroud, that dude made a case. They were saying how he hadn't had a signature Heisman moment. He had a signature Heisman game. Dude, how can you have 6 touchdown passes and only 3 interceptions? I mean, 3 incompletions. That does not happen. That does not happen. And look, now when the polls come out tomorrow night, and I'm sure we're going to talk about it tomorrow, but I'm already saying Ohio State is going to be number 2.
They better be.
They have to be.
Because, well, they don't have to be now because Alabama's still number 2.
No.
But because it's Alabama. That's the reason why I say they have to slate Ohio State at number 2. They have to drop Alabama to number 3. And then number 4, how can you not put them in there now?
Nasty Natty. I tell you this. I actually don't want. I would rather Ohio State be 3 and Alabama be 2. Reason why? I want to see Alabama and Georgia 1-2 meet up in Atlanta. Georgia beats Alabama, knocks them out. Ohio State moves up. Cincinnati moves up. You get a 2-3 matchup of the Battle of Ohio. I would love that. And I know they're not listening, but playoff committee, Marshawn Powers is throwing a bid in that you play that you say, forget, where is it? The Sugar Bowl, Peach Bowl? I don't even know where it is this year. I don't care. But I petition that you play that game at First Energy Stadium. Could you imagine Ohio State and Cincinnati in a playoff game at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio? 2 cold teams playing in the cold to see who go to the national championship in our element. I would love, man, that would be an amazing game.
They don't see it enough people.
They
want that money.
That would actually be a pipe dream that came true, to move the Sugar Bowl from the inside of the
right.
the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans to the lake in freaking December, the end of December. Okay.
I don't think they're ever gonna have a cold Super Bowl ever again.
Oh, they will. They will. I think they will.
New York. Remember New York City, wasn't it?
Yeah, because Minnesota was indoors.
Yeah, wasn't it when the Seahawks beat Denver?
Boy, they didn't beat Denver. They destroyed Denver.
Yeah, but that was a cold Super Bowl, so I don't know if they're ever doing that again because they ain't looked to do it. But what was I about to say? I'm still laughing at when you said you were trying to see if they was gonna get to 100. I was not initially at home when this game first started, but I had went grocery shopping for a hot second, and I was trying to hurry up and get back home. And then before I got home, it was already like 28-0. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, they was able to get Kenneth Walker in check, obviously. And this OSU team, they look really good. They look ready. And, you got all your Michigan crap talkers. They both going in this contest at 10-1. So, But obviously, I believe in Ohio State. But C.J. Stroud, would we say he's one of the locks for Heisman? Should he be a lock?
I would say he's one of the top. He's going to be definitely in New York as part of the finalists. I don't. It's been so up and down, man, this year, because I think the kid from Pittsburgh, the quarterback Pickett, I know his competition level may not be what Stroud's has been, but it ain't his fault who they play. It's only his responsibility what he does to the teams that they put in front of him, and he's right up there. And I saw them play against I want to say it was Miami. It was on one of those weird nights, like a Tuesday night or something like that on ESPN. And I was thoroughly impressed with this dude. But Stroud, man, and he's a true freshman, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Cali.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you made me pick right now, yeah, that dude's gonna win it. He's gonna be the second. Well, he's not. He'll be the first true freshman to do it, because I think Manziel was a redshirt freshman, wasn't he?
I think so, but wasn't Tim Tebow a freshman too?
No, he was a sophomore when he won it.
And Trevor Lawrence, was he a sophomore too?
Trevor Lawrence didn't win it.
He never won a Heisman?
Nah.
Why does it seem like he did?
Because it seemed like he was at Clemson forever.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. It seemed like he won so many awards. Like, yeah, he was there forever. How long was he there for? Like 5 years?
3.
Just 3?
Just 3.
They talk about him so much, though. It seems like he's won something.
Yeah, he won a national championship.
Well, I mean, more than that. Something like a Heisman.
No. I don't even think he's ever won the Davey O'Brien Award. That's for the best quarterback in the country. But, I mean, to his defense, the first year he was there, he had to split time with Kelly Bryant for the first, 4 or 5 games before Kelly Bryant. Kelly Bryant, he did the exact same thing that Sidra said on Love and Basketball. Never let a freshman take your spot. And that's what happened. Yeah. And then he was off to Missouri. And then last year, the second year, when was that? That's when they actually won it. No, they lost the national championship to LSU 2 years ago. And then last year, they got beat by Ohio State, right? In the quarterfinals or in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he ain't won no Heisman.
Yeah, but it seemed like he'd been there forever, and that's all everybody talked about. Maybe since he was a freshman or something.
I bet he wish he was there now.
Huh?
I bet he wish he was there now.
Yeah, well, the Jacksonville got 2 wins, don't they?
Yeah, but they got
they went 0-16.
That dude don't have that many losses in his life.
Easiest way to hear it.
Well, you know what? There's a time for everything.
Yeah, that's what happened with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray had never lost a game in his life until Oklahoma lost in the Final Four that year. He was undefeated in middle school. He was undefeated at Allen. He didn't play at A&M. So when he got to Oklahoma, they won all those games, and then he won the Heisman. When they lost that game, that was the only game he had ever lost.
Oh, wow.
So he's like, I don't know, 30 or no. Let's see. Well, he's like 38-0 in high school. Something ridiculous. Marshawn has left the show.
Yeah, he actually get back in again. Let's talk about some NBA. So that fight yesterday, or would-been fight, or what have you, LeBron looked like he didn't want any parts of that.
Yeah, LeBron is not a fighter. He's never been involved in any type of fisticuffs or any major pushing or shoving on the court. That's not his thing. And truth be told, I don't even think players would really want to come at him like that, because who is this kid? Isaiah, what's his name?
I forgot what his last name was.
So Isaiah decides that he wants to be the guy that gets LeBron James suspended for the first time in his life.
Isaiah Stewart.
Stewart. Who is this dude? He played for the Pistons.
Mm-hmm. Second-year player for the Pistons.
The Pistons have how many games? How many wins? Two?
Not a lot.
Give y'all a quick history lesson on Isaiah Stewart. He's a University of Washington. I think he was a first year, second year player. That dude, he's a Jamaican guy, man. A little hothead. Mom used to cook gumbo for the whole team the entire season. So I think, man, that whole thing was he got punched in the face, saw blood, got angry. Because LeBron slapped him in the face.
But it wasn't a punch. Come on, that was
a slap.
It was an inadvertent hit. It ain't like they squared up like shoot, Andrew Toney against Danny Ainge, Dr. J versus Larry Bird, Rudy Tomjanovich.
Russell Westbrook was squared up. He was ready.
He from Cali.
Hey, you know who Russell Westbrook remind me of, man? I don't know if ever happened to y'all, but have you ever been like in a group fight and there's always that one guy in the back that you got to watch out for because if you swing, he gonna swing. If you swing on his friend, he might swing on you. Yep. That's Russell Westbrook. You gotta watch out. You gotta be careful of Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is a sneaky guy, man. But I agree. I agree with Willie. LeBron ain't fighting nobody. First of all,
he made too much money for that.
He cared too much about his image. If LeBron would have fought somebody, he would have fought Jason Terry back in 2005 when Jason Terry played for Atlanta, and he called him. I can't say what he called him on air, but he called him something, and LeBron ain't say nothing to it.
What's the guy that played for the Suns right now?
Which one? They got like
with the dreads. Shut up. With the dreads.
Jay Crowder?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, Jay Crowder. Deshaun Stevenson.
Yeah.
And the list goes on. You know, everybody. Hey, listen. And then listen, man. Shout out Akron. Good rubber tire, Swenson's. But LeBron from Akron.
First of all, Swenson is disgusting.
LeBron's from Akron. You know, Akron.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Ain't about that life.
Swenson?
It's nasty.
It's a burger spot. It's actually good.
Burger joint.
It's a burger. It's actually good. I had it on a bad night one time and thought it was nasty, but it's actually good. So no, but LeBron's from Akron, man. Akron guys, no, they
get Jay-Z to make a song for them. That's what they do.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, y'all left out a player on the should have been LeBron James hit list. Lance Stevenson.
Oh yeah. Or Patrick Beverly. You can add Patrick Beverly on there too.
Patrick Beverly on everybody's hit list.
Can't stand Patrick Beverly.
I like guys like that. It's just an irritant, man. You just getting on somebody's nerves. I like Pat Bev.
You know what? That's funny because when I went home to my high school one with the game we won against a rival for the first time in 27 years. When I went out there, I saw some teammates I hadn't seen since like 96, 97. And one of the dudes I saw was our all district player. And I told him, I said, man, you don't even remember me, or you don't even remember when Coach Hearn told me. He said, what'd he tell you? He said, put his in the stands, be physical with him. And I'm 5'3" and 107 pounds, soaking wet with boots on. This dude's 6'4" and 185. And the coach is telling me, put his ass in the stands. Oh, oops, sorry. Put his butt in the stands.
Oh gosh. Yeah, well, did you?
Yes, I did. I did.
Okay, good. Cleveland Cavaliers coming up. So the Cleveland Cavaliers are on a 3-game losing streak. I don't know if you guys were made aware about what happened, but Colin Sexton is done for the season. So his meniscus tear had to be operated on, and he is done. So how do you guys think that this impacts the Cavs? But the Cavs have been playing some close games. I almost thought that they were going to beat Golden State, but somebody told me one time that good teams play hard for 5 minutes, and that's all they need to win. And Steph got hot and put in 40 points, and over 20 of them came in the fourth quarter, and that was that. But the Cavs, I almost thought that the Cavs were going to beat Golden State. I almost thought that was going to happen, but they didn't.
No, I didn't see them beat Golden State. They didn't have enough. No, Steph, and the Warriors played just as hard as LeBron and the Lakers played last night before that whole melee came about. How does it affect the Cavs? I mean, it doesn't really change anything that I've already said. The Cavs were going to be a lottery team this year, whether Colin Sexton was there or not. It actually helps the Cavs in a little bit because now, I mean, if the Cavs want to, you could go out and potentially make a trade, or you could just say, hey, screw it, and let's try to go for another guy in the lottery. Because I mean, this year you got some good guys, some good wing players, Paulo Campero, Imani Bates. You got some guys that's coming out, Jalen Hardy. So you got some guys that's coming out that is actually going to be pretty good, that could possibly step in and take the responsibility that Colin had. I mean, it sucks to lose Colin, but hey, it's been the show goes on. Cavs still got to win some games without him. They still got Evan Mobley.
Yeah, well, for now he hurt too, so he gone for a month. So right now you don't have him.
He'll be back.
Right now you don't have Jared Allen, who's out. Laurie Markkinen, he out. So you don't got none of your 7-footers right now. They're all out. But they did have that, I think, was it David Smith pickup that was serviceable for him, especially against Golden State. He kind of did well. But, right now they're struggling in the low post because they don't got nobody that can really, get inside. It's hard for them to, play pick and roll. And it's just difficult inside because and also when it comes to playing defense as well. So hopefully we can get Jared Allen back soon enough so he can help shore up that defense and also offensively. But they got a good match tonight. The Brooklyn Nets coming to town, so Kevin Durant and James Harden will be here. The Cavs dropped the game to them last week at the beginning of the week, but who knows what some home cooking. The Cavs, they had a ton of people here, and when I text y'all, I was trying to let y'all know that all the people that was dressed up in Golden State and rooting for Steph. And then at the end of the game, it was all these people at the corner by their tunnel, waiting on Steph to leave and stuff. I'm like, if y'all don't stop that jock riding, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me that our hometown fans are sitting up here and have a cheering section waiting for him to, I realize he's a superstar and, he is, what basketball is. But, man, your hometown team ain't supposed to do that. Then some people try to start chanting MVP, man. We don't have
a superstar here in Cleveland. You get a superstar.
You still don't root for the guy that beat us 3 times.
Yeah, but Brooklyn has 3 superstars. They were doing it there.
Yeah, and they're gonna root for KD. Hey, them same people that was rooting for Steph Curry gonna be rooting for KD and Harden tonight because the Nets gonna win by at least 20 to 25 over the Cavs tonight.
Well, we hope not, but this is it for Her in the Huddle. Thank you, Marshawn. Thank you, Willie. This is Her in the Huddle, WOVU 95.9 FM.